Katrama Hospital. Now, this man loved me. I knew him. He's a great friend of mine. And, I mean, I knew that when he was telling me to get out of here, we had to move. And I heard him say hospital, Katrama, which was just up behind the village. Trouble is, I'm standing on the outer reef, miles away from the hospital. It's the middle of the night. He drags me back into the water. The other night diver comes alongside me, and I know that they're protected because they've got full wetsuits. To them, the water's cold, you see. To me, the water's hot. My wetsuit, unfortunately, was a short-sleeve vest with a long john. My forearms were exposed, and my neck. The other divers had full hoods on, booties, I mean, and full steamers, 3mm steamers, so they were completely protected. As they came alongside me, they pulled me up to the side of the boat. The young boy, who's a 14-year-old kid from the village, grabbed my left arm and began to pull me to safety. As they did, my right arm, which was paralysed, trailing in the water, got hit with a fifth one. As I felt that, I thought to myself, what on earth have you done to deserve this kind of punishment or payback? I had a flood of memories of stuff that I'd done wrong in my life. And here I am thinking, well, there's no use thinking about that, whether I deserve it or not. I'm dying. I better keep my head together here. They dragged the fishing boat over the coral reef into the lagoon. As they did, I heard them yell into the young boy to get me to shore. I turned and said, Simon, come with me. Please help me. He said, Ian, no more to, wait, pal. Go, brother, you die. Allez, allez. And I realised I was in trouble, man. I turned and said, Simon, my arm, what can I do? And he spoke to me in French. I didn't understand. He said, Je ne comprends pas. Je ne comprends. I cannot understand you. He put his finger out and motioned with his finger to urinate. I thought he means to pee on your arm. Yep. I thought, that's it. Urinate. Vinegar will do it. Maybe urine will help and be like a bush medicine. Peeling my wetsuit off because it's constricting my breathing, I urinated over my arm, made sure I didn't rub the toxin in anymore, and got changed into my sweats. See, my wetsuit was preventing me from breathing. So as I got changed, I sat down on the boat and thought I must keep as calm as possible. I thought if my heart beats too quickly, the adrenaline rush will pump the toxin, hit my vital organs, I'm gone. So I'm a lifeguard, so I know what's going down. I know I need to get antitoxins. The way these guys are reacting, it's not some little joke. This is life-death stuff. As the young boys pulling me through the lagoon, I'm sitting there as calm as possible, but I feel the poison move into my kidneys, like someone stuck their fist into my back, as the poison continued to move down the right-hand side of my body. Tinges of it are coming through into my eyes, and I'm having difficulty seeing. It's getting blurry as I'm looking at the beach. I thought, man, this is deadly stuff. As I hit the beach, the young boy motions for me to get out. I take one step forward, and my right leg crumples underneath me as I collapse into the bottom of the boat. As I hit the bottom, I realise the poison has already numbed or paralysed the right-hand side of my body. The young kid says, put the arm around my neck, so I do that, grab my right arm, which is paralysed, and hang on to him, and this young kid does an amazing feat, only a small kid, carried me up across the sandy beach, which is really hard, up through the houses and the bungalows and the palm trees, up onto the main road. As he got me there, he turned and yelled in French that he wanted to go and help get his brothers, that he's afraid. He said, mon frère, sur la plage. And I realised he was afraid that his brothers would be killed. And so the kid panicked. I said, no, ambulance, gendarme, you know what I mean? Please. And the kid took off. As I sat there on the road, the poison hit me, and I started to feel very weak and tired. And I had no idea that this particular poison often kills within 10 or 15 minutes. This particular jellyfish usually takes adults down within 10 or 15 minutes. What generally happens is that they fall into a coma, never come out of it. Here I am, finding myself very tired and very sleepy. I just lay down on the ground, thinking that I'm just holding it together. As I do, I feel my eyes beginning to shut, and as my eyes begin to close, I hear a voice speak to me. It says, son, if you close your eyes, you shall never awake again. I thought, what? Who said that? As I looked to my right, I expected to see a man standing next to me, but there was no one there. I thought, that's bizarre. I just heard a man speak to me. I looked around, there's no one there. And just to set your mind at rest, you know, we're not used to hearing voices. They're talking to you out of the middle of nowhere. They have your straitjacket in a padded cell, bounce around like a ping pong ball, you know what I mean? So I am lying there hearing a voice speak to me, but there's no one there. I thought, what did the voice say? Close your eyes, you'll never awake again? I thought, that means death. Are you idiot? That would have been a coma. That's not sleep. That's comatized, certain death. I look at it now, in hindsight, had I not heard that voice, I know I'd have closed my eyes and that'll been it. I'd have died. I'd have been like most of the other people in Australia that have been killed by this thing, slip into a coma, never come out. Within 10 minutes, they're dead. And I was in peak condition. I hadn't eaten meat for years. I was a veggie. And I mean, I was in top condition, not an ounce of fat on me. But this poison was taking me down. And I thought, I've heard that voice, whatever it is, it says you're going to die. So I stood up, fought off the death that was coming on me as best I could, and found my left leg was still strong enough to support my weight. I used my right leg as a crutch and put my weight onto the left-hand side of my body and hobbled down the road looking for help. All the lights are out. There's a deserted part of the island anyhow. All these big homes, but the French don't come down except in the summer, you see. And this is May. There's no one there yet. As I moved down, I could see a small petrol station, Caltex station. I hobbled in there, and amazingly enough, the petrol station was closed, but there were 3 East Indian men in their taxis. I leaned up against one of their cabs and they said, "Oh, you drunk?" I said, "I'm not drunk, I'm dying. I've been stung by a poisonous jellyfish, sur la plage. Envie Saba, I need to get to Quatre-Mont Hospital." They said, "We have French client restaurant. We not need other passengers. Sorry, white man. Cannot help you." Walked away. I said, "I'm dying. Please help me." They kept walking. I said, "I give you money." They stopped. Yeah, in certain parts of the world, money speaks, especially to taxi drivers. Yeah. They stopped. As they stopped, they turned. One put his hand out and he said, "How much money you give me, white man? I take you to hospital." He looked at his watch to see if he could pull another fare in. Well, I'm dying here in front of him, and he's arguing over the fare. I said, "Look, I don't care for the money. $50, $100, who cares? I'm dying." He put his hand and he said, "Let me see your money now, white man. I take you to hospital." Well, at that point, I'm thinking, I don't believe this guy. I said, "Look, I don't have it with me." The moment those words came out, that was a mistake, because all 3 of them walked away laughing. They said, "You have no money, you stupid white man. What do you think we are? Walk away." I heard this voice speak to me and said, "Son, are you willing to beg for your life?" As I heard that, I thought, beg? I've seen men in Africa beg. Yes, boss. Yes, massa. Couldn't stand seeing it. Coming from New Zealand, I've never seen stuff like that. And so I couldn't stand seeing a man beg to another man. But I watched these men walk. I thought, beg? I wonder if I begged. I bet you that will work. These Indians have never seen a white man beg, not in this part of the world. I've got nothing to lose. I'm nearly dead. I slipped down onto my knees in front of them, fell onto my knees because my right leg was gone, my left leg was weak, lifted my right hand, which is paralyzed, and pleaded for my life. As I did that, 2 of them kept walking, lighting up a fag, thought it was a great joke. The 3rd one stopped and looked at me. I said, "Look, I am dead serious. It's dead set, man. I'll die in front of you if you don't help me. I have the money. Please help me." He walked over towards me, helped me to my feet without a word, put me in his taxi. I thought, great. As he took off towards the hospital, he turned to me and he said, "What hotel room you stay? White man, I get my money from you." I thought, hotel room, money? This guy's still thinking of money. "Well, I don't stay in a hotel. I stay in the bungalow," I responded to him. I stay on the beach with a fisherman. He said, "You lied to me. You tourist, you stay in a hotel." I said, "I'm not a tourist, I'm a traveller. I live not in a hotel, I live in Tamarin Bay with a fisherman in a bungalow." He said, you stay Tamarin Bay Hotel? Because there's a small hotel there near the village. I said, "No, man, I stay with a fisherman. Please, I have the money." He said, "You lied to me? I take you to a tourist hotel. They look after you. Why you lied to me? Why you do this to me?"
Didn't understand.
He didn't understand. No money, that's it, no hotel room, forget it. He thinks I've scammed him. He pulls off the main road down to the village where I live. As he stops, across from the village is a small Chinese